What's up, everybody? This is Walt from Mouse Talk, and welcome to another episode of the WDW3 for Thursday. And with this week's show, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go over the 3 fun things to do at Walt Disney World for free. 3 things that I think are really, really fun and that you can do at Walt Disney World that won't cost you a dime. But before we get to that, just like we always do, we want to kind of reminisce and go back to last week. And, of course, on last week's show, we talked about the 3, what I like to call the 3 best lobbies in Walt Disney World. I picked my 3, told you what they were. You guys went out there and made your comments and told me which ones you liked. And, of course, some of these are folks that comment before, so I just want to kind of shout it out to them. Would love to have more comments from more people. The more comments we get, the more we can go back and forth and really have a good conversation. So hope you guys put some comments out there. Would love for it. This is definitely a no-judge zone. We'd love to see everybody's comments. But with that, Robin DePaulo, of course, again, one of our avid listeners and repliers with comments, who always does a great job, said that she loved Animal Kingdom Lodge. Thought that one was great, but also the Polynesian. She really thinks the Polynesian is a wonderful resort lobby, and it is. It really is a great one. And also, Krista Zielinski, who's also commented in the past, she thinks the Art of Animation lobby is a really nice lobby, and she's right. It really is. I like that one. I love the way they do the sketches throughout the lobby on the walls and everything. It's really pretty. So thank you, ladies, for commenting. We really appreciate that. And I hope to see more comments in the future from everybody, and I always reply. So please send some comments my way. I'd love to see them. But with that, let's get into this week's show. And again, we're going to talk about 3 things, not the 3 things, but my 3 things that I find to be very fun at Walt Disney World to do that are for free. And the first one, and this is one that I think a lot of people know about it, but I'm not sure a lot of people do it or have done it, and that's the electrical water pageant over on Seven Seas Lagoon in front of Magic Kingdom. This is something that's done nightly, and it's about a 15-minute show, and it goes on Seven Seas Lagoon. It's kind of like a parade on the lagoon of boats that have like really fun lights, and basically it's a nighttime parade, and it's going to have a variety of Disney tunes, and they're going to have all kinds of like creatures on these boats that you'll be able to see that are electrical lights that go by. You'll have like King Triton being pulled by the seahorses. You'll have an octopus. You'll have a dragon. The red, white, and blue colors and sparkling flags and fireworks and twinkling lights. And it's a lot of fun. And the music's fun. It's really a cool thing to do. We enjoyed it. We did it for the first time our last trip when we stayed at Wilderness Lodge. It was fun, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. You just go there and you can watch it. You can even watch it from the main entrance of Magic Kingdom outside the park. If you just go right there before you go into the park, you can watch it from the dock right there as well. But there are a couple different places you can see it, and depending upon where you see it is going to depend upon what time you'll see it. Like, for instance, you can see it over at the Polynesian Village Resort. That one, it'll begin at 9 o'clock there. Or if you see it at the Grand Floridian, it begins at 9:15. Over at Wilderness Lodge, it begins at 9:30. The Wilderness Resort and Campground, it's 9:45. And finally, the Contemporary, it's about 10:10. It starts over by the Polynesian and makes its way around that area, and it's a fun time. I really highly recommend it. Again, free, doesn't cost you anything, and it's entertaining. Definitely check it out. You'll like it. Again, it's every night, weather permitting. So I always say that. Sometimes it's subject to change. If it's a rainy night, stormy night, it's probably not going to go off. Overall, I think the electrical water pageant is a great, fun thing to do for free at Walt Disney World. But that's number 3. And number 2, again, same area, is fireworks. You don't have to be in the parks to see them. And this is kind of cool, too. Certain fireworks, like over at, certain resorts, mind you, let me take that back. Certain resorts, you can be at those resorts and see the fireworks from them, and it doesn't cost you anything. And what's really neat, at some of the resorts, they pump the music in from the show, like Happily Ever After, and you can not only just watch the fireworks, but you can also listen to the music. So that's really, really cool. For instance, if you're at the Contemporary, if you go to, I think it's the 4th floor, you can go there and they'll pump the music in and you'll have a great view of the Magic Kingdom Happily Ever After fireworks. Or if you're at Garden Grill, you can also see it there as well. And it doesn't cost you anything extra. You can go right out on their balcony and watch it. It's fantastic. If you're over at the Polynesian, you can see it from the Polynesian Beach. And the same with the Grand Floridian. You can see it there as well. And they pump the music in, and it's really, really cool. The fireworks for illuminations, you can go over to Disney's Boardwalk, and certain areas over there, you can see the illuminations over at Epcot, those fireworks. And if you're looking to see the Star Wars fireworks over at Hollywood Studios, you can go to the Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach Club, or Swan and Dolphin, and certain areas there you'll be able to see the fireworks as well. And that's really cool because, again, it's something free to do. You get to see all the fireworks. Now, you may not be able to see the lasers and stuff like that are, the projections that are on the buildings, obviously. You do see the fireworks, and in most cases, you're going to get the music that goes along with it. And that's cool. And it doesn't cost you a dime. You just go over there, and you can enjoy it. And if you're not sure where the good spots are, if you ask the resort front desk, they'll tell you. Fireworks, free, over at the resorts, that's my number 2. And the fireworks are always great. So if you can get them for free without having to pay a park ticket to get in, that's even better. But there you go. That's my number 2. But my number 1 fun thing to do at Walt Disney World, doesn't cost anything, is resort hopping. I love to resort hop. And I think everybody at some point should try this. Resort hopping it's unlike anything else you can do out there. I love it because you can go to any of the resorts you want to go to. You can go inside. You can see their lobbies. You can see the pools. You can walk around the grounds. They're just fantastic. All the different resorts are unique in their own way. They have the theming. Check out all the theming of the different resorts. Check out some of the other amenities that they have, some of the artwork that they have. Some of the gift shops and stores that they have are kind of unique. Also, some of the resorts have some table services if you want to try that. Again, I know we're talking free, but what I'm ultimately getting at is it doesn't cost you anything to go into these resorts. And that's really, really nice. A lot of them have benches and tables where you can just hang out and relax. Volleyball or tennis courts. And like if you had your own volleyball and your friends went over there, you guys could play on the volleyball net and in the sand. You could just do it. But the resorts are all beautiful. And they're really worth checking out. Sometimes, if you go up to the resorts, if it's not busy, if you ask for a room tour, sometimes they'll do that for you too. It's definitely a great free thing to do if you have a day off from the parks, but you don't want to necessarily just hang out and you're kind of interested in doing something like that. It's definitely worth doing. All of these resorts are unique in their own way. They're all beautiful. They're all fun. Heck, you could go over to the Wilderness Lodge and the geyser you can see. They have the waterfall over at the Wilderness Lodge you can see. Over at Animal Kingdom, you could go inside there and go down and look at the savannah and look at the animals. That's really nice. Over at the boardwalk, sometimes they have street performers that are out, and they don't cost you anything because you're just walking the boardwalk. Again, some outside entertainment in other places. Some of the resorts have movies under the stars. That doesn't cost anything. You just go in, watch a movie under the stars. Ultimately, it's really, really a fun thing to do. It doesn't cost anything to do it. It can really fill a day. It can be something to do. And it can also be an opportunity to see some of these other resorts for maybe future trips. Maybe you might go over and see one that you like and say, hey, maybe next time we'll stay here. That's kind of neat, too. And also, too, you can do the monorail trip where, too, you can kind of take the monorail and go to the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, the Contemporary. It's really a cool trip as well. So that's it. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's one of the funnest things to do at Disney World. It doesn't cost you a dime to do. But there you go. That's it. That's my 3. That's my 3 fun things to do at Walt Disney World that are free. But I'd like to hear from you. What do you guys do? What are some of the things you do at Disney that doesn't cost anything that you still think are fun? Or what did you think of my 3? Maybe you might have something you want to add about these. Maybe you might see something a little bit different or do it a little bit different. Or maybe you'll add something for future reference because maybe there's some fun things you guys do that I don't know about that I might want to try. But I'd love for you to go down, put it in the comments below what you think and what your thoughts are. And would love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love for you to do that and just hit that little bell notification. And that way, every time we do another one of these videos, you'll get notified. And also, if you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up if you did like this video or if you liked any of our previous ones. That way, we know you guys are enjoying these videos and we'll keep producing them for you. But with that, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the WDW 3 for Thursday. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I loved bringing it to you. That we're going to make these short and sweet every week, not make them too long. With that, we will be back again next week with a new episode. And until then, we hope you guys take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll talk to you next week. Take care. Bye-bye now.